We're making the Mexican three wise men. It's got Mexicans.
Uno.
Jose.
Dos.
Jack.
Tres.
Jim.
That's Mexican.
Yeah, Jose is.
I spoke in Mexican.
Oh, he did.
We're also going to take a close look at some Peychaud's bitters, barrel-aged, pretty special stuff.
And the regular, just as a basis of comparison. So if you want to learn a little bit about bitters, you want to learn a little bit about tequila, you want to learn a little bit about whiskeys, you want to keep watching.
Save 15% off at awesomedrinks.com. Coupon code CMC215.
Welcome to Sunday Night Shooters. I'm your host, Derrick Schommer. That's Ian Andrews. We're going to make a shoot for you.
If you don't know us, welcome to the show.
Yeah. This is called the Mexican Three Wise Men. It was
Mexican Three Wise Men.
Yeah, there's a Three Wise Men which I think has Johnny Walker, and instead we're bringing in instead of Johnny, Jack, and Jim, we're bringing in Johnny, Jack, Jim, Jack, and Jose. I wrote it on a
cocktail napkin.
Cocktail napkin. Cocktail napkin.
So the ratios are equal parts of each.
Yep.
It's that easy to remember.
So we're just gonna do half or something.
Quarter.
Quarter.
Oh, we're doing half.
I'm not gonna hear what you do.
That makes sense.
As long as it's everything.
That makes sense.
Now, I am using Jose Cuervo Tradicional Reposado because it's gold. It's like Jose Cuervo Especial except for real. It's 100% de agave instead of the 50%. I liked the idea that we had on Twitter, which was if you use Jose Cuervo Gold, their Especial, and you make this cocktail, it should be called Two Wise Men and a Poser. Because it's not real tequila. It's 51%. It's almost there. It's enough to be legally called a tequila.
But not 100% agave tequila.
Right. So I would only create this with Jose if I had a real product, which is why years ago when this was submitted, I never did anything with it. Because I'm like,
you didn't have a real product.
I'm not using Jose Cuervo on the show. It's just not going to happen. There will never be a cocktail you'll ever see here made with that piece of crap. Oh yeah, you're right.
Because this is Cuervo. It's just not...
It's yeah. When people say Cuervo, they usually think of the other one. I got to make sure to define exactly.
And we did do a review on this, and it's a good. It's at
the end of this video. How's that?
Yeah, I like where your head's at.
Yeah, and then if you wanted to see Peter Herrera from Spirit Cocktails, he was on the show doing the silver one. So we have a silver and a red.
Yeah. I missed the silver.
Yeah.
So that's for your camera shot.
All right. There's the shooter. These are in our CMC shot glasses, which you could get at awesomedrinks.com.
Of course you can.
Oh yeah.
All
right. We're ready to get
Mexican
this a try.
Three Wise Men.
Not a fan.
Back of the throat.
Ooh, smells like smells kind of good. Smells like caramel. Tequila. Go for it. Prost. Bernie. Really?
It's like mouthwash.
It's like agave and
burns like mouthwash. Yeah. Agave and oak.
That's what I'm trying to say. I just can't get it out. Agave and oak. Which
you can get. You get both of those from like a good Reposado or anejo tequila. Anyway.
It tastes like an anejo tequila.
Yeah.
That's funny. That is exactly, it's like you did a shot of anejo tequila.
Yeah.
Which is kind of demeaning towards the anejo tequila. So, how do you make anejo tequila? Well, you take a Reposado and you mix in some oak. So why use oak when you can use Jack Daniels?
So, but.
It worked though.
It works.
Kind of weird.
But it's different because you're not going to shoot an anejo. You're going to sip it and enjoy the complexities of the agave and the oak.
Yeah.
You're not just going to.
That's the trick. The reason it's working here is because it's so fast. It's like lightning. You're like, oh, oak and agave. Oh,
yeah. You're getting a flash first impression of the flavors. They're dominant in an anejo.
Yeah. This is true. You can use the Jose Cuervo Silver. It'll be a little bit brighter. Probably have even more burnt.
Yeah.
A little bit more like aggressive. And then that may, I don't know what make a difference.
Maybe a little more buttery, not so oaky. A little buttery.
This should have more buttery than, because this is rested, so this should have a little bit more butter than the more aggressive nature of Jose Silver. Not Silver, that's not real. Blanco. Blanco. That's what we call it. Traditional Silver. It's up there, right?
Silver.
Let's see if he breaks anything bringing it up. Nope. Does it call it silver?
Silver.
Yeah, silver tequila. But it has to say 100% de agave because they do have a silver tequila that looks just like Jose Cuervo, and it's the Jose Cuervo Gold, except for it's not tainted with awesomeness. That's the ones you want. You want to use 100% de agave for this. I used Jose just because the drink called for Jack, Jim, and Jose to make it the Mexican Three Wise Men.
Plus it's JJJ, kind of Flows well.
Yeah. And the Three Wise Men is JJD as well.
I mean, do you have another tequila with a name on it like that?
No. Don Julio.
Don.
But that's JJD.
JDJ?
JDJ.
DJJ.
Or DJJ. That's getting really retarded. So,
well, we go there.
I wanted to make sure you get to taste these, and I wanted to do it on set because we could do it on the live stream, but why not do it on both?
Yeah, right.
This.
So we got some Peychaud's bitters here.
Yeah.
From Dr. Peychaud, back when bitters were a digestif and a medicinal like supplement,
now,
a cure-all.
These are both different. Big time difference in price. This is like $9
Is
or
this
less.
this is their aromatics?
Yep, these are small bottles, $6.99.
So this is the equivalent to the Angostura, right? Or no?
No, well, it's more of the New Orleans style. It's got the black licorice flavor to it.
Yeah.
Now these are really expensive.
Barrel aged.
Right. So
Really
I'm
expensive.
currently selling these for like probably $30 or something.
Wow. So it's like 3 times the cost.
Wow. These barrel aged. They're limited edition whiskey barrel aged. You can't buy them unless I bought a bunch of not a bunch. I bought like a case. Just to have them and keep them, and I could sell them. If you can't get them anywhere else, and you only can get them from me, that's awesome. So I figured, you know what? I've only sold one bottle out of the case, but I don't
might as well
care.
promote it a little bit.
I just don't care because they're so super different, and you can't get them anywhere else.
Well, the cool thing is you hang on to it forever. Eventually, it becomes a collector's item in 50 years, and you sell them for $1,000 a bottle.
Sounds good to me. I'm into that.
Yeah, hang on to it.
So try that, and then try this, and see if you can find the difference. I did this when I came in, and at first I was a little bit disappointed with these. Then I did the side by side. So you're going to get it's an aromatic with a little bit of the anisette flavor in the finish, right?
Yep.
Very similar. You use them at Sazerac. You use them at anything that calls for like a Bourbon New Orleans bitters or Creole bitters rather.
Color wise, it's a little bit more
red.
maraschino, dark red, like a grenadine, a good grenadine red.
Yeah. Yeah, not too much.
Looking at them, I would think this would be cheaper, just because looking at grenadines, when you get the bright colored grenadines, it's usually artificially colored and fake. All right, so
you may need to do a side by side on these too again. Try that now.
Ooh, what's different is
it's mellow, right?
It's mellow, but then there's a bite to it. It's not like a bitter bite, but it's like it is. Well, it's bitter.
If it's not bitter, then you're doing it wrong. This almost has, like, my initial reaction is more of a Campari. Not as bitter as an Angostura.
So is there some gentian in there? What is that?
No, whatever. I'm going to guess gentian. But that one has a little bit more of a vanilla flavor to it, and it's much more subdued than this one. But, I mean, the reason is they're rested. They're rested in the rye. They're rested in the rye, which it brings out some of the oak and dulls the flavor down, so it makes it a little bit more mellow. I'm not sure exactly how that would change a Sazerac, but it's definitely different from something I'd see. However, I'm not 100% sold.
Sazerac rye whiskey barrels for 140 days, half a year.
And that's where the price comes in. When you're basically saying, I'm gonna dedicate these barrels to making this product, and you're holding it someplace, there's always going to be a cost associated with taking something and putting it in a corner and leaving it there.
It takes money to put stuff somewhere.
Exactly, because you could be doing something else with that.
Yes, the space costs money.
Space is limited.
You can't manufacture space.
Right, and so it's a rare product. I don't know if you may be able to get them directly from the Sazerac company still. If not, you can get it from us. But really, it's just kind of a neat experience. Whether or not, if you're into bitters, just makes more sense. If your first experience with bitters, you're like, oh, I better buy this because Derrick says this is awesome.
Don't do that.
Wait. You can get this for a lot cheaper, and it's going to get you your Sazerac.
I mean, if money's no object, then go ahead and get the good stuff.
If you're a collector and you want to have things that nobody else can get.
Yeah.
Yes, Brianna.
Do you want a question?
I want a question of the day.
All right, good job, Brianna.
What's your worst nightmare that still pops in your head from time to time?
Worst nightmare pops in your head.
Oh, that's depressing. I don't. You know what? I have a nightmare that recurs every now and then, but I never remember it like the next day. I'm like, oh wow, I've had that nightmare before, and then I forget what it was.
You know what I haven't had for a while, but sometimes, like, I don't get, when I was a kid, I got nightmares a little bit more. Yeah. Probably because I was more creative. Now I've got more.
Yeah, you're an adult, you're growing up, you're bored.
I know kind of where the rules are and what makes sense and what's real and what's fake. But when I was a kid, and it happens every now and then, is just falling out of like a plane or like without a parachute. I know. Have you jumped? You've jumped from a plane before. I've never done. It's still scary, but
Fun.
falling from a plane or falling from a cliff or falling from a building, that's always, it's just scary for me. I'm not a heights guy. I'm not necessarily afraid of heights, but
I'll have to think and put it in a comment when I actually have another nightmare. I usually don't remember my dreams, so it's...
Nightmares are when you wake up. Those are usually the ones you remember because you woke up from it. That's the only reason I would remember a nightmare. But I know falling in general has been one that, like creatures and crazy things like that, they're different. But I've actually grown to the point where I can recognize if I'm having a nightmare-style dream, I can go, this doesn't make any sense. Yeah. And I can actually start controlling it. On it. Yeah, and wake myself up if I need to. Back in the day, it was a little bit harder to control.
I want to say my nightmares have to do with like losing people.
Deaths,
yeah. Not my own necessarily.
Yeah, well, if it was your own, it wouldn't be very much of a nightmare.
No, it would
be dead.
Yeah,
it wouldn't be very fun.
Like,
it's dark. It's like,
wow, this sucks.
Yeah.
Hell's no fun. What the hell?
Yeah, that blows. I'm dead now. Yeah, usually somebody else. I'd be more of sorrow for somebody dying than myself because I'm not going to be there to be sorrowful. There you go.
Right.
Good question.
All right, so that's good stuff.
And then somebody said, what do you use what do you use bitters in? You should, for those that don't know, we have an entire bitters week of where you should use bitters.
A lot of things you use bitters in. I use bitters in gin and tonics.
Shrubs. I've been using bitters in shrubs.
Using shrubs, yeah.
Because the vinegar base, the bitters kind of mute it out and bring out a lot more of the flavor, which works in every cocktail.
There's a lot of great cocktails with bitters. I mean, people are creating curd made. I still like curds. Do a channel search for the Gleaming the Ice Cube. It had a quarter ounce or half ounce of Angostura and some Grand Marnier. It was excellent.
Right. If you're looking for a use in bitters, you can use them in a lot of everything. What I would do is, if you're having a party,
Mai Tai.
Horror infused Mai Tai, definitely.
It's good.
Should I put? I already have
the Long Island iced tea with the
3 Mile Long Island.
3 Mile Long Island iced tea. Yeah.
Anything it balances out a drink that sometimes could be considered awkward. Yeah. Sometimes they're cool awkward, and you don't want to do that.
If it's like bland or it's like feels like it's missing something,
right?
It's probably bitters.
When you drink it and you go, this seems hollow or missing. That is where you should be like, this needs bitters.
Yes.
Now you have your answer. Plus you have a crazy ass cocktail for those that have Jack Daniels, and most of these products are probably right.
Yeah, these are kind of common products, and
I
maybe not this so much.
Spoke last week during, or whenever I released it, the Gentleman Jack and the JD. I kind of called this bottom shelf. It's not really bottom shelf. That's a big plastic 750.
Yeah.
This is mid shelf well whiskey. Jim Beam fits the same area. If you go to a bar and you order a whiskey tower and you don't tell them what whiskey,
I think the thing is like. Being here, you get to review a lot of things.
I do.
So you think mid-grade, you think of Bullet, you think of Buffalo Trace, a Maker's Mark, and for a lot of people, those are high-end.
Right.
But there's some really high-end stuff out there.
When you're at the $80 range, the Whistle Pigs and stuff like that, where you're looking at $60 or $70 a bottle, that I look at as going, that is an investment.
That becomes high-end. And then,
then in my mind, that puts Maker's Mark and everything kind of in the middle tier, cost-wise, and this would be at the bottom. But there is another level.
Yeah,
there's a $3 bourbon.
This is...
Or $3 whiskeys.
This may be bottom shelf, but then there's the floor where there's other stuff.
Right. So. There's a shelf on the bottom where I put them, and then there's the floor where I don't buy things.
Yeah.
So just in case people are confused, so where I personally judge whiskey is not the same as where it is on in the vertical of the market.
And every spirit has this stuff. Like Captain Morgan might be considered a.
I would put that near the bottom.
Okay, but you know what I found in Jackman, Maine?
No.
Admiral Nelson.
Oh, Admiral Nelson always falls at the bottom.
Plastic bottle.
No,
there is a captain or an admiral there.
You need, if you're getting Admiral, you're getting the worst of everything that exists on the planet. I apologize for them.
There's always something worse. For instance,
Gilby's not nearly as bad, but it's
no. I mean, this is Brita filtered 6 times. But this,
what was that? Like
this is the
$7? $6.
It was $5.
$5. I got on sale.
$5.
It was on sale for $4.
It's enough to kill you. It's $5.
Yeah.
Don't kill yourself.
You could buy vanilla extract for that price.
Yeah.
Which is better. You could add some vanilla extract to that.
You get this to stabilize your simple syrup.
You're gonna say homeless people.
Nope.
All right. It's worse than for you to give homeless people. You give them
destabilize your homeless people.
Yeah, this will destabilize everything.
I won't stabilize them.
Use that in your simple syrups to keep them stable. Yeah. That's it. I think we covered. We got bitters. We got an old drink from Mexicans.
And use
Mexican wise men.
Xanthan gum to stabilize your emulsions.
He's been reading books. You're gonna watch out when he's reading books. These get dangerous. We're done. EverydayDrinkers.com for all your videos. YouTube.com/EverydayDrinkers to see all the updated videos because I always fail to remember on my blog. And then AwesomeDrinks.com if you want to get some CFC shot glasses. That's it, my friends. We're teaching you how to drink.
Yeah, a killer burn.
Nope.
So it's kind of smooth. It floats on your tongue a bit. You get a good range of taste buds being activated here, I think.
Definitely has that like salty, like super